BlazeBodyz. Hey everyone, welcome back again to another episode of Ask the Sarge. What's going on, everyone? It's great to see you again. Thanks for coming back. Man, I'm still recovering from last week's segment about the dad bod. It's really taken. It's a phenomenon. It really is. I watched that one video on Mark Lobliner's site. Then I did mine, and I never put these videos publicly on YouTube. It's just for this website. But I decided to put that one on, and I've already gotten a couple hundred views, I think, just on the subject alone. And then all the other fitness dudes and girls and whatever in the other channels, they're talking about it, and they all have their own perspective on it and views. And I don't want to go on and on again and make a whole segment about it again, but really, as far as I'm concerned, it's about just sheer laziness and insecurity. Laziness on the guy's part and absolute insecurity on the female's part. But I mean, let's leave it at that. But as far as stuff in the news, I don't know if you realize it or not, but back in the day, when I was a kid at least, which is a long time ago, the majority of the news was on a ratio type basis. It was about 80% plus positive stuff. Always good stuff in the news. You turn it on, always something positive, feel good stuff. And then every now and then there would be that awful bit of news. So, 10-20% of the overall news was negative. We live now in the society we live in where people gravitate towards the negative. It's flipped. The ratios have flipped. It's like 80% negative, 80+% negative, and then the every now and then feel good story that comes out of nowhere, that's terrible. I mean, holy crap. I mean, these times we live in, man, we need to focus more on the positive. And you know me, I've been saying that all along, but it's no wonder why people are just miserable these days, and fat, and having a dad body. But speaking of the news, something that I saw this week that really pissed me off is that there's a young boy out in Tennessee whose stepbrother is in the military. And in honor and tribute to him and to looking up to his stepbrother, he got himself a high and tight haircut. And I don't know if you know, but as far as the haircut goes in the military, in the Marine Corps, when you go through basic training, there are 3 phases. When I was in, there were 3 phases. First, second, and third phase. In the first phase, you get all your hair chopped off. It's all about uniformity. It's all about everyone being the same, working as a team, strength in numbers and all. And they're instilling ethics, teaching us to work as one, and so on. And then second phase, things get crazy, a lot more crazy. And then the hair, as far as the hair goes, they give us what's called a fade, where it's 0 to a little bit on top. Then third phase, when you're approaching graduation and you're ready to wrap things up, it's insanely crazy, the stuff they have us doing. And then they give us what's called a high and tight haircut. It's basically, it almost looks like a mohawk. It's pretty much shaved down the side, and then almost looks like a bigger size mohawk going down the back. It's like a little bit on, almost a circle on top. That is, when you get that and you're in basic training, as far as in being in the Marines, that's motivating. That's honor. That's tradition. It goes without words. But now, and so nowadays, in our modern society, old timers like me who served and will forever consider ourselves serving, still get those haircuts in respect, and not to mention, I like myself keeping things clean. I occasionally get a little bit more radical, as you've seen in some of my videos, and I'll make it more of a mohawk, but I keep it clean, you know. So without going on and on about that and myself, this young boy got that kind of haircut, went to school one day, and got sent to the office and got in trouble and was threatened with suspension. This kid's like 8 or 9 years old, I think. And they told him that he was wearing a mohawk-ish, eccentric type haircut, which were against the rules of the school. And then the kid, his parents got called in, the mother rather, and she had to come in. And the kid was threatened with suspension if he didn't fix his haircut. And so the poor kid was upset. All he wanted to do is show respect and tribute to his stepbrother, who he looked up to and admired. Now, what the hell's wrong with society today, where, you know, we're growing up a bunch of wussy kids who don't want to stand up for this kid wanted to stand up for himself, show respect, and then in return, this kid's being told he was doing something wrong. It's terrible. I'm telling you right now. Now, the moral of today's topic of conversation is about being proud of yourself, showing pride, and being yourself. Whether you're an eccentric, crazy type person like I was growing up and now, or whatever, if you want to grow your hair long, grow it short, have a mohawk, color your hair frickin' purple, whatever it is aesthetically. If you want to be a big freaky bodybuilder or a skinny crackhead looking person, whatever it is that makes you happy and you feel proud about, you should be. And you shouldn't let anyone tell you otherwise. You shouldn't let anyone make you conform to what they want you to be. All right? Yeah, sure, there are exceptions. If you're in a particular professional job or setting and they require certain things for your job, you can't, of course, be going into work with purple hair and earrings and so on, and so piercings and stuff. There are exceptions. But on your own time, be yourself and be proud of it. And don't discourage people who want to do so, like this young kid. This is someone who was looking up to his stepbrother and wanted to one day be in the military himself. And now they're telling him that he's wrong. That is wrong. And don't let that happen to you. Someone tells you, a friend or a loved one or whatever, that, hey, you shouldn't be doing that. Unless it's unethically wrong, there's nothing wrong with being yourself. So that's all I have to say about that. And I hope that young kid out there in Tennessee, his mother, I hope they freaking do something about that. And they are aggressive. And you know, I know she's already gotten on mainstream media about the story. I think I saw it on the news the other day here on the TV. I hope she does something about it. That poor kid. Now that particular school already had a memorial gymnasium in honor of a fallen Marine from back in the day who had gotten the Medal of Honor. So it's confusing to me why they did that, but they were probably just trying to keep the rules and regulations going. But there's going to be some exceptions. All right, I'm going to leave it at that, my friends. We have this weekend, the job here that I work with, since I've been working here, every year walks for the Avon Breast Cancer Walk. That's this weekend in Boston. So they're all going to do that. We all know people personally, family-wise, and friends who have been affected or afflicted by cancer. It's an awful, terrible disease. We got that going on. My friends and from Stay Positive Apparel, I've talked about those guys before, have been invited to be in the top 100 companies in Boston to spread the awareness of cancer. And they'll be going to an event here in a couple weeks for that, held by the Kraft family. It's a big honor. I'm part of the company myself. They've asked me to be one of the board people, and I'm proud to say that I am. Stay Positive Apparel. Please check them out. All right. Listen, I gotta go. Be yourself. If you end up making someone uncomfortable being you, or someone that doesn't like the way you look or are, tell them to pound sand. Be yourself and be proud of it. And besides that, get to the gym. Throw some weight around. There's nothing better for you, physically or mentally. All right, I'm going to leave it at that, my friends. Semper Fidelis. I'll see you all next week. Turn it up.
Light up the world with a little more truth. I got a couple more